my name is Fumi Porsche and this is Top 5. Right here we're talking about the top 5 best dressed Nigerian female celebrities in year 2013. And the number 5 spot we have Omomi Akinifesi. The 2005 MBGN winner never ceases to dazzle us on the red carpet, always appearing in Maya Tafo's designs. On the number 4 spot, we have Omotola Jolade Ekeinde. Even after 3 kids, she still looks hot, trendy and sexy. All her dresses fit perfectly, her carriage is perfect, and we cannot but say we always want to look up to Omotola Jolade Ekeinde. On the number 3 spot, we have Genevieve Nnaji. Genevieve Nnaji is always looking stylish and effortlessly chic with her beautiful dresses on her beautiful body and her perfect charisma and carriage for those dresses. We cannot help but put her on the number 3 spot on top 5. On the number 2 spot we have Tiwa Savage, always looking simple and classy, and also she gets it right most of the time. On the number 1 spot we have no one else but Eku Adewa. Eku Adewa is the multi-talented co-presenter on Studio 53 Extra. She always looks effortlessly chic and stylish. Her style is dynamic, her style is wild, it's crazy. You always want to look forward to seeing Eku Adewa's style on the red carpet, on an event, anywhere, just name it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and that is all we have for you on top 5 best dressed female celebrities in Nigeria in 2013. Remember, on the number 5 spot is Omomi Akinifesi. On the number 4 spot is Omotola Jolade Ekeinde. Number 3 is Genevieve Nnaji. Number 2, Tiwa Savage. And the number 1 is Eku Adewa. Thanks for watching. Right here on Top 5. Hi, my name is Fumi and you're watching Top 5. Today we bring to you the sexiest and hottest female Nigerian celebrities in year 2013. A beautiful face and a fine figure. That is why in Top 5 today, number 5 spot, we have Tolu Oniru, one of the top on-air personalities on the Beat 99.9, the host of Glow X Factor. She's an epitome of African beauty with her curves, and the fact that she's big and she can really pull it off is really good. That is why she had to make it on the list, and she's number 5. At number 4, it's Densia. I know the name doesn't really ring a bell in some ears, but those of you who know the song Supergirl would know that she definitely is a supergirl. Wow, look at those curves. A Nollywood star actress has made it to number 3 as the 3rd sexiest Nigerian female celebrity in 2013. There is absolutely no way the Nollywood star actress Mercy Johnson could have escaped this list. That is why she is number 3. Mercy Johnson has a curvy body and great acting skills. On the number 2 spot is Tiwa Savage, and I must confess she's hot, hot, hot all the way. She's got a great body and great looks, a great voice, and a name that will call you again and again, Tiwa Savage. On the number 1 spot is no one else but, should I say she's our mom? Is she fit to be called our mom? But after 4 kids, she's been able to put it all together, maintain her body, maintain her figure, and she still is the hottest, the sexiest Nigerian female celebrity in 2013. And it goes to Omotola Jolade Ekeinde. Those are the 5 hottest and sexiest female celebrities in Nigeria in 2013. If you remember, on number 5 we had Tolu Oniru of the Beat 99.9 FM. Number 4 we had Densia. I know many people don't really know her, that is why she made number 4 spot. She should have gone higher. On number 3 is Mercy Johnson. Number 2, is Tiwa Savage, and number 1 is Omotola Jalade Ekendi. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and keep watching this channel as we bring more top 5 of the hottest celebrities to your screen day by day. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Chukwuma Aligwekwe, but everybody calls me Chico, and I think it works because saying my surname can be a bit of a tongue twister. Currently, I'm the program director for Classic FM. I also do the Drive Time show. So, radio, some say, came first. But yeah, dabbling into film and TV is something that's always been a dream of mine. In fact, many people don't know that I actually studied theatre arts and then went on to study film and media. So some of my peers from uni in Nigeria here see me and they say, oh, finally you've decided to join us. And so it's like, yeah, it's a new adventure and really exciting. Doesn't mean that I don't love or that I love radio any less, because I think radio is a natural home for me. I love that connection and that voice that you have that can bring change. Wow, I can't remember the last time I was asked this question, and so all these memories are flooding back. I think I'd be spot on if I said I had a difficult childhood, because it's not easy as a young child being moved, uprooted from England and everything you know, and then being brought back to Nigeria, where we couldn't speak the language, we had problems adjusting to the new educational system. We had blisters on our bodies. The doctor said it was change of climate. We weren't used to the climate, and so there were all these blisters. And it was very difficult. People poked fun at us for not being able to speak Igbo at the time. You know, so it was quite tough, and it took me a while to adjust. And I think I rebelled a lot because I always wanted to go back to England. But was stuck here through secondary school and university. So the minute I dropped, it was 4 days after I dropped my pen from my degree exams that I was back in England. Well, first degree in Nigeria, went to Unical and Uniport. And then when I went back to England, I studied at the University of North London. That's where I did film and media. Wow, that's a really hard question. If I wasn't a broadcaster, I'd be a full-time actor. There you go. Probably a novelist too, because I do a lot of writing. I'm working now doing some publishing of my works, and I'd also like to do my own film projects. So I'm working with my sister. We have a brilliant story. So watch this space. What I'd say is that with the advent of commercial radio, it has had that effect where standards have dropped. And there's so many, because if you've got the budget, you can set up a radio station. And you might not have the... I'm being very careful. Let's see. Let me put it in a different way. Okay. So there are loads of radio stations. Some are at the top of the food chain, others aren't. And then you've got loads of people who see the glamour in radio. Yes, it's glamorous from the outside, but the truth is radio doesn't pay well. So it's going to attract a lot of characters who ordinarily shouldn't be doing radio. Now, I do some training. I work with an academy where we train potential broadcasters. And one of the things I say to them all the time is that there are the Ronaldos of broadcasting and there are the Messis. And the difference is that the Ronaldos are not naturals. They have to train themselves constantly. And the Messies are naturals. They come alive when you open the microphone. Unfortunately, not a lot of broadcast houses make this distinction, and they're just throwing people in there. And it works because majority of the audience are sometimes not that savvy, and so they don't get found out. But radio stations at the top of the food chain will not hire a majority of the people whose voices I hear on the radio. My most notable holiday has to be Cape Town. I tell you what, I actually really considered relocating to Cape Town, and I was offered a job by a radio station. I thought about it very seriously. This was in, I think it was 2014. Sadly, it was around the time that there was the xenophobia attacks going on, and I think that played a part in my decision. But I was very, very close to moving. I love Cape Town as a holiday destination, and I can actually see myself living there. I've also had the most wonderful holidays in Dubai. I'm not going to mention London because London is like home, so it's never really a holiday going to London, even though I can't go a year without going back there. But yeah, Cape Town and Dubai, I'd recommend it for anyone.
Hi, my name is Harrison Ekadidi. I'm live at Silverbird Galleria, Lagos. First of all, we're talking about malaria. Malaria, of course, you know, it's been a disease over the years, and of course, you know, from the beginning of time when you have records of Nigeria, you find out most of the people that came into Nigeria at some point, you know, the white guys, most of them, they died. The missionaries, most of them died because of malaria. And looking at the facts over the years, there's been some advancement in terms of treatment for malaria, and right now you have a situation where there's some level of cure, but the truth about it is malaria is still persistent, it's still there. So I feel for now, for kids, the government has to come up with better plans and more infrastructure to be able to, you know, deal with the malaria issue we have in the country, and most part of Africa as well. You know, so, but the most important thing I think for now is the fact that, you know, with proper infrastructure and medicine and so much of this, I think we're going to have a really, really great, you know, progress in terms of malaria. You know, so my name is Harrison Ekadidi, and of course, yeah, the events right here, it's about malaria really. This shoot going down behind my back is all about malaria really. So it's actually a key progress and all, and I think it looks great and the rest of it. So I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm loving the shoot, and we're going to kill malaria. If these models are the malarias I'm seeing right now, I don't know, I don't want to kill them.
Hi, my name is Maya Tafo, fashion designer, and we're here at the Silverbird Galleria, and we're here to fight against malaria. Today is World Malaria Day, and part of what we're doing is to introduce to the Nigerian market what we call the mosquito armor. The mosquito armor is a fabric that when you wear repels mosquitoes from you. And at the end of the day, the intention is to actually reduce the incidence of malaria from 95% to 5% in the time that we have. So with the mosquito armor, with the blue fabric you should be seeing today, you will definitely be able to actually protect yourself against mosquito bites, which in turn prevents you from malaria. Today will be a showcase where we're seeing a statue being done of the Madonna, but the African interpretation of a Nigerian woman crying over her son who's dying of malaria. So it should be quite interesting. Everything has been painted from scratch. I'm going to set it up here, and it should be fun. So keep it here, and let's kick out malaria from Africa.
Yeah, my name is AK Akachukwu. I'm a believer in the fight against malaria. I've been part of this project for over 2 years. It is possible to wipe out malaria in Nigeria, and this is a big movement that's coming on. I will have a huge national organization, which is the Citizens Club. I'm the guardian of the club. The Citizens Club has location in 120,000 spots in Nigeria. And we are going to mobilize citizens' action against the Anopheles mosquito that vectors the malaria parasite. When you stop the malaria from being available for Anopheles mosquito to carry it, then you are on the road to eliminating malaria. So it's a two-way battle: stop the infection and then limit the number of vectors that carry it. And then we're on the road.
Hi, my name is Danny Fonseca, and I am here at the Silverbird location presenting with my partner Robin and Mai Atafu and Resbona, and we're doing our project for World Malaria Day. We would like to call this the Code Purple event, which signifies what we do with the mosquito armor fabric that has been proven to reduce the infection of malaria by 90% by way of preventing the bite of mosquitoes. So I'm from New York. I run a company called The Body of Art, and we do makeup and body art and special effects production on a small and big level for celebrities and events and movies and all that kind of stuff. And I've been in and out of Nigeria for almost 2 months. Working on this project with these amazing people, and as an artist, the one thing that you would always want to achieve in your lifetime is that you made a difference with somebody, and this is me making a difference with my artwork on a global level. If this project brings awareness to people in Nigeria, Africa, the whole world about how serious malaria is and how it can be prevented, then I feel like I've done something amazing with the work that I was put on the planet to do. So that's why I'm here.
bother. On the beats, on the street, I know so she murder. Me request and she fit kill no brother. Man a dance all godmother. Me say killing them again and again. Like a man with cardiac, me want to step the game. Cardiac arrest from the side of me then. Me all about the cheese, me not care about the femme. If say man I whine it all up on me. Girl I whine it all up on me. If say girl I whine it all up on me. Girl I whine it all up on me. I'm calling up on. Let me. Yeah man, I'm taking. What up? I'm taking. Yeah man. Me say girl I whine it all up on me. Me say girl I whine it all up.
Hi, this is Rez Bona. Today is World Malaria Day 2015. So we're here to raise awareness on what mosquitoes do and the role they play in transmitting malaria. So I'm here with Robin Crespo, I'm here with Daniel Fonseca, and Maya Tafo is going to be here with us. Zubi is doing the hair. We're basically trying to put up an installation of what we call the Madonna, a mother crying over her baby who has died due to malaria. That's what we're working on. So you can see in the background, they're body painting the model and they're also body painting the child. That's what we're going to do, and then later in the day we'll have a press conference and a fashion show to show people that Rob has invented fabric. Once you put it on, you can't be bitten by mosquitoes. And people are skeptical, some wonder if it really works. We're going to show them how you're going to wear those outfits and how it works and what you can do with it. Basically to raise awareness and to stop malaria from killing our people, because 1,000 people die every day. Yesterday we revealed our artwork, which is a picture with 1,000 kids, which we took in Badagry. It's awesome, and right now it's the biggest piece of art in the country. Thank you.
So my name is Robin R. Crespo, New York City fashion designer. This piece here is called our Madonna, which is a different strategy to art, fashion, and movement. We wanted to create something that stood still, but stood for something. So this recreation is basically Mother Mary, a representation of Mother Africa, crying over the children that have died from malaria. What's exciting about this piece, it took us about 6 weeks to do. Some of the pieces are imported from the US, and everything here is made by hand. But the actual fabric is the mosquito armor, and this fabric is now clinically proven to reduce malaria by up to 90%. So we're excited. Hopefully people get it, and we're excited. Go to CodePurpleEvent.com. or mosquito, MOSKEETO.com. So these boards here are made of styrofoam, and we have literally created all of this by sanding it with sandpaper, and layers and layers and layers of paint. So when we initially took this project on, we thought it would take us, I mean, we're good at what we do. We thought it would take about a week. 6 weeks into it, we were wondering how we could absolutely
I need vests for them.
Vests.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming to see this ball presentation. For us, this is more passion and also joy, because to understand the fact that fashion is actually healing the world from a perspective, and that's what I see. You know, when things are happening, you look for, like, you know, some big resolution to issues. Malaria is something that everyone in Africa feels, rich, poor, young, old, no matter who you are. You must have experienced malaria before. It has nothing to do with class or socioeconomic positioning you are in this country. And I, for one, felt the need to jump on the bandwagon of this project because, you know, when Robin came to meet me and told me about this fabric, it touched me because I have a daughter. She's 1 year and 8 months now. You know, she's the little diamond of my life. You know, I was married for 10 years before she came along. You know, so she's really precious to me. And after they came back from England, she had malaria, and we had to take her to the hospital. Now, this girl clings to her mother, right? She doesn't really care about me. She doesn't know I'm the cool guy in the family, but you know. And when we went to the hospital, okay, they had to pierce. You know how they put needles in you to get, like, you know, a vein? So they put the drip. My little daughter was about 1 year, 2 months there. And they had to prick her 12 times to get a vein. With each one, this girl was crying, you know. And she normally doesn't care about me, but at that point in time, she was looking at me and spreading her hands to me, like I should take her away from her home. And as a man, for once in my life, I felt very inadequate. I felt that I couldn't provide for my family. I felt I was useless for my daughter to go through that. And that's because of this one little thing called a mosquito. So when Robin came to me, it was a no-brainer, right? And, you know, after going through that process, if I could personally take out mosquito from Africa, I'll do it by myself, you know. So doing this today and doing this in the last few weeks and working with Robin, it's been amazing to realize that with fashion, we can actually heal the world. We can heal Africa, you know, and the future is always as good as secure if we do not lose those 1,000 children every day. Think about what they can contribute back to the society. So, I mean, my daughter's story was an eye-opener, and she has the little girl as her bed sheet and her pajamas now, you know, and, you know, I'm more than happy. So what you're seeing here today is not necessarily a fashion show. I won't call it a fashion show. It's just basic wear. What we have done is that look at the things that you would wear when you want to speak to the pajamas there. There was a jalabia there. There was just simple natives. There were jumpsuits. There were wrapped. Things that I want to hang out with my friends, and I know where I'm going to. You know how we like the open hair in Nigeria. When it was videos with bites. Very, very simple, basic clothing. So you can understand that this thing is that versatile. It's light. It's soft, it breathes, and you can use for literally anything you want to make. So that was my presentation, and that's my story. So, like I was saying, I want everyone, you know, to jump on this bandwagon. When we have this material available in Nigeria, and people can actually purchase it, and it's actually quite affordable. If you think about how much you spend on malaria every day, it is quite affordable. So I want us to spread the gospel, spread the word. We are select here, but the key thing is that we spread the word to everyone so they know that this thing works. And it's living proof that it does work, and it is here. So we're going to kick out malaria from Africa together. That's my story, and I hope you guys join on this story. I call it Crespo. Crespo was saying, if you stop the bite, you stop the disease. So if there's no bite, there's no malaria. So let's stop the bite and stop the disease. Thank you very much.
Let's give it up for Maya. Can everyone join us by the pool for some drinks and some conversation? Yeah? We've been working all week like this. To Brazil and now to Africa. She's done installations, so let's give Danny a big round of applause. So we then went on to do a huge event at Silverbird, which was a huge success, yeah? And what we wanted to show was the recreation of the Pietà, which is a mother crying over her
be a lot. I'm on no door yourself. Come on.
People in style.
It all started for me at home. I grew up in a music family, and of course I didn't even, when I actually finished my secondary school, my plan was to study business administration. But we all know how music is. It's a very jealous profession, you know. So once you find yourself doing music, you know, you just have to give it all it takes. And apart from that, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, and I studied music proper. I went to Muson School of Music, did theory of music. I did classical piano. I was one of the Muson orchestra for years, playing the violin. I did a couple of international exams. I did NIIT. I'm just that kind of person who wants to lay hands on different things and do it well. So that's who Yemi Success. When I was growing up, I listened to more of instrumental music, classical music, you know, the Philharmonic Orchestra. And I fell in love with instrumentals. You know, like I said before, as a multi-instrumentalist, I just had to choose one. You know, I decided to choose saxophone as my major instrument. But while I was learning the saxophone, I listened to a lot of great jazz musicians like Kenny G, Kirk Whalum, you know, Grover Washington,
Dave Koz and a couple of them. So I listened to more from international saxophone players, and I just got to fall in love with the saxophone, most especially Kenny G. So that was how I started playing the saxophone. Anyway, the reason why Yemi Sax is quite different from every saxophone player is my music relates to the young, and it relates to the middle age, and it relates to the older people. So I'm one of those people who have been able to to take jazz music from what people think it used to be, like it's only the old people who listen to jazz. So I've been able to blend jazz music to create more fan base in terms of different ages, so the fan base is growing, trust me. Since I started playing the saxophone, I think my first album was 2005, and the main album that really brought me out in Nigeria was 2008, which is Saxophone Mood. After the Saxophone Mood, my fan base just kept on increasing day by day. It's actually a good experience, most especially when you get married to a woman you love and to a woman who loves you too. So it's a great experience. I'm not regretting anything at all. Okay, pressure of the opposite sex, really, it all depends on you, really. And at the same time, you need that grace of God to help you control it, because a lot of them come around you for different reasons, for different purposes. So it's just left to you to know what you want and what you don't want. So I think it's just that way. Jazz is not a foreign music. Jazz actually started in Africa, before the white people took it over, and because they've been able to blend it with, different kind of genres, so it now looks as if
What we do here is go back.
in surgery, which is my only thing as a doctor. I was in the shower a couple of times. I was asking myself, when did mankind understand that the surgeon, the gastroenterology surgeon, one is pulmonary cardiothoracic surgeon, one is urological surgeon, one is gynecology surgeon, just began for only women's side. It took us centuries to understand that life has its pieces. But as we get more advanced as human spirits, we do improve, and what I pray that we perfect that whatever Remy has left as a seed shall grow. And I thank people like Gata and other people who've been here, all our former staff who have stood firmly by Toby to see that the firm exists. The mega player people are not here, but they've been very gracious. And Kelly Ajayi and her husband have been very helpful. So I can't start naming names and who is being sorry if I let anybody. But the important is that let's realize that we have a brand that is a genius almost of a human being we love. Thank you very much.
All right, ma. They turned the question to you, ma. Mommy here was the one that supplied all the cocktail food or whatever we're going to be eating today. Let's give a round of applause. Yeah, I like food though. That's why I emphasize on this one. Okay, thank you. Right, Mom, can I say something? Or
Thank you very much for all being here.
Just call me, I don't know.
When you're done talking to I'm the staff. So, Mr. Thomas. It's extremely, I don't know how to put it, but to imagine that her business is still continuing after she's 7 years, so they're doing a very good job, but the shops in Lagos still exist. We've seen some designers today, Charles, former staff. It's like Dr. Shane said, the love is there. We all sort of will do what we can for and be here. I also wanted to say thank you to the organizers, the people who organized this today. It's been very kind of them. And looking at the film, I liked the beginning part, it's just Lagos, which is what Remy stood for before you finally saw what the Thomas said. I thought that was well shot. It's a pity we couldn't really hear everything that was being said, but it was a very nice documentary. So I just want to say thank you all of you for being here. Remy would be so proud that we were still here after a year honoring her name. Thank you very much.
Thank you TV Meets Runway by Channel M1 for putting this great show up of Remy Lagos. We thank Mr. Dennis, and we wish and hope to always do things, another fashion show with TV Meets Runway by Channel M1. Thank you very much. 3 cheers.
Shot. Be a lot. I'm on no door yourself. Come on.
People in style.
Let's go.
My name is Fakaya Ayola actually, but my production name is Cold Flames. Music is basically, to me, music is basically like the rhythm to my life. I can't do anything without music, really, basically. I always loved music right from when I was very, very, very young. I remember the first time I laid my hands on an instrument, it was a piano in the church. So you get, and ever since then, I don't think I've ever looked back on the fact that I wanted to become somebody in my future then, pertaining to music, doing something around music, and today I'm actually a producer, basically. I love all genres of music. I actually love all genres of music: pop, hip hop, R&B, soul, rock, blah 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 blah. But I have a special bias towards rock music. I've always loved rock music, right from when a certain radio station came up in the 90s, late 90s, 1999 actually, and they were playing us soft rock songs. So I was opportunity to hear certain songs for the first time: Alanis Morissette, Matchbox 20, Nickelback, and I was like, wow. So we actually had songs like this can actually be very, very, very nice compared to the hip hop. So much hip hop songs we used to play then. So I guess that's how I actually fell in love with rock music then. After I finished school, which was Unilag, I went to University of Lagos, the College of Medicine, studied pharmacology. So, but after I left Unilag, I said, okay, I think this is what I wanted to do with my life, because I really loved it and I felt I could make a living out of it. So I worked in certain studios for some time. I worked at Body Lawson Studios, I worked at Hard Drive Studios. Then I said, okay, well, I think I could do this on my own right now. So I just decided to go solo. I just started doing freelance with my music production. So basically, and over time I've worked with certain people, worked with Casey, Casey Ed, the chap that won Niger Sings, the first edition of Blue Niger Sings. I've worked with Messi that won Nigerian Idols. I've done certain things with Ilbliss, did some stuff with MI. Basically, I've touched certain people in the industry. I've worked with K-Switch and stuff like that. But generally, I know I love rock music. Even though right now, rock music has not gotten to where it's supposed to be in this country, but I know we'll get there soon. I wasn't really the reading type in school, so it was actually hard for me, school-wise. It was actually kind of hard. Everybody goes to class, and I probably just got my PC trying to make some beats and stuff like that. So I had a lot of challenges. My parents were, well, my dad was liberal to an extent. He was like, okay, whatever you want to do. My mom was more concerned. Are you sure this can actually get you somewhere in life? She understand? You're supposed to, initially I was supposed to be a doctor self, go and study medicine. You get? Well, I switched my course in my JAMB form. Then when I was feeling my JAMB, actually I did it on purpose. To something I could probably study under 5 years, because I just thought, okay, I need to just get out of school quickly and start living my life, basically. So when I finished school, basically, so my mom was actually like, are you actually going to make this? Are you going to make a living out of this in life? Basically, I was like, okay, mom, give me a chance, let me try. And basically, it has not been easy, really, that's the truth. It's not been easy at all. I even tried, I worked with a particular girl called Clay. She's an artist. We both run her projects personally, basically. And I know what that's taken to actually even get certain few people to even get to hear of her. So it's not actually been that easy. It's not been rosy at all. It's not cost effective. It's not just rosy, but I know we'll definitely get there. Right now, a lot of people think rock music is European, but if you go into the history of music, rock and roll started from the black people. I think in the 1960s, actually started from the blacks, doing jack swing, rock and roll, blah blah, blah. But over time, it evolved. Then someone out there, one intelligent engineer chap, just said to distort a guitar sound, and it became rock or metal rock. And in a way, rock and roll actually now diversified a lot into different genres. And now, for some certain reasons, everybody thinks rock and roll is not African at all. basically dance music is African, but rock and roll is African. It's supposed to be European, a white man music in quotes, which I really don't agree with. But really, you have fantastic bands in Africa now. Palotones, they're a band from South Africa. They go on tour, right, all over the world. They are from Africa. There's a band called Tresto in Abuja. They are fantastic too. You understand? They're actually fantastic bands in Nigeria, Africa, all over Africa basically. But I think it's just the opportunity to make them to the head. You just have to be ahead, really. That's just it. Okay, my mentors, production-wise, if I mention this, I'm sure 90% of people know me, but I'll still mention. There's a certain producer called Max Martin. He's my favorite producer. And if I mention the songs he has produced, everybody probably knows. He has produced, he produced Usher's They Just Gotta Fall in Love Again. Then he has worked with the Backstreet Boys, with Bon Jovi, with Britney Spears, with Kelly Clarkson. Just name all the heavyweights in pop music and rock music. He has actually virtually worked with all of them. Maroon 5, name them. Then musical, just listening to music-wise, I think I like bands like Nickelback. I love Nickelback so much. I like Google Dolls. I used to listen to a lot of the Backstreet Boys when I was younger. I've gone back. I like Kelly Clarkson. I like Pink. I like Eminem. I like B.O.B. One of the new generation rappers. I like B.O.B. I like Usher. My music taste is basically rock and pop actually. Rock, pop, R&B.
Stand to the beats, man. Yeah. Still sharp. Be a lot. I'm on no door yourself. Come on.
People in style.
Stand to the beats, man. Yeah. Still sharp. Be a lot. I'm on no door yourself. Come on.
People in style.
What's up, people? Music to me is like air that I breathe, and it's live. I love live, and I keep live, so that I can resonate what is good and positive to people around the world. And that's why I choose music, which is live. All right?
Cool. People you've worked with?
Over the years, I've worked with a couple of people, in fact, a whole lot of people, not even a couple of people. I've done over 7,000 songs. I've worked with the likes of Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Puff Daddy, Kim Burrell, Onyeka Onwenu when it comes to Africa, Midnight Crew, Praise, Timmy Dakolo, Jody, Yinka Davis, Gloria Ibru. Man, the numbers are endless. You know, I work with a whole lot of people in this industry for over three decades now. I've been a producer and I've worked, consecutively, back to back with people who run the music, business in this country and across the board as well. I grew up in a house where music was what we wake up into. My parents loved jazz music. They played jazz music in the house. In the days of Ike Dairo, the Ebenezer Obey and all of that. So I had all of those elements, African music, pop music, jazz music, where one of the things that was inculcated into my system, and I grew up listening to good music. So that gave me, a vast and wide understanding of music, depth of music, so that I'm able to choose and be able to do a lot of fusion from all of those style and genre of music. So I started up in church, and from there I graduated into performing with different artists such as Juju Band, Fuji artists, if you may tell me, or if I may tell you. Also, I've worked with choirs, I've worked with individuals who had different bands there and there, and I also had a band called Spectrum 4. At this point in time, we had played, for the president, the past president, President Olusegun Obasanjo, for the Queen of England. At that point in time, we had played for different dignitaries and,
upper class and you know, high caliber people that have sat down to listen to my jazz music at that point in time. And I've done series of concerts, both home and abroad. I've done tours in America, I've done tours in Europe and Asia, and you know, across the globe. And I also did a concert last year, which was called Audacious, Bold and Crispy, which was the maiden edition for my concert, where I had different artists like Jody, Yinka Davis, Mama G, Timi Dakolo Praise, Oyinka Wenu, Sami Okuso, and the rest of them in one night, on one stage, where I had their music being transformed into jazz music. It was lovely for some people who came. It was a good experience, and we are continuing in that same spirit this year. So all along, so far so good. We have been involved in several things, and also as a UN International Peace Ambassador, I've done a lot of university or campus music and entrepreneurship programs with Fela Durotoye, in which we went to several universities to encourage the younger people, the youth, to understand that positivity is the key, is the way to future. That at this point in time in Nigeria, in Africa, and the world, all we need to do is to embrace peace and to share the world of peace and share that peaceful nature of humans that can help us grow and be better and be bigger, and which is what we have done so far. I've worked with PDD or Puff Daddy in the US. We first met at Call DJ. Call DJ is like the DJ worldwide coming together to have a conference, and where they will sit down and analyze the future for music in the world, get new genre, new beat, new sound, and everybody's bringing the idea on the table, and it's like a conference for whoever matters. DJ Khaled and the rest of them were part of this whole movement. No, I mean, we hosted, the program hosted Puff Daddy and Women, and from there, it was a different ballgame. Listening to my son was like, wow, are you sure you're from Africa? And the rest was history. And it's a cool gentleman, nice, very business-minded, very focused, very straightforward. I think that is the attribute of any good and responsible businessman. So, the encounter was really good. Encouraged me to pursue my music more and to do more, not just for my country, but also for the world at large. And I haven't done that, to see your music being accessed by people from different continents and appreciate it without even you trying to sell the music to them, and allowing the music itself to resonate on their personality and be able to say, oh wow, I love this music. So I think that's a great venture, and I really had fun with that experience. I've listened to so many great musicians all over the world, and I grew up listening to the great jazz pianists such as Herbie Hancock, the late George Duke, Chick Corea, Billy Evans, Atta Tom, and so many of the greats who are done very well for themselves and for the world. Also, I'd listened to a lot of classics, pianists such as Handel, Mozart, Beethoven, and Chopin. In the area of classic, to be able to blend classical music with the jazz music, and which is why I grew up as a classical pianist. Was trained as a classical pianist by Engineer JJ. So all of that, playing the keyboard in the church as organist, I played a lot of hymns, and at my first stage, and while I was growing up, and that experience built me in a way that there's hardly any kind of music I can't get into and get it all through with. So these are the elements and the signatures that I have in my system, imbibed over the years, that has really helped my music career to be very, very punchy, to be very, very accurate and precise, and has that attention, has that feel, has that the big sound. Several times we've had family members who have passion for music, and them not being properly encouraged has led many people into into doing something wrong that leads them astray. I think the proper thing to do, if you have any of your family member, whether it's your husband or your kids or anybody, your brother, your sister, it's best to encourage them in a way to also make them know that when you do a good music, when you do what you love, and you're getting paid for what you love, that's a comfort, that's a success on its own. You know, when I grew up, I love music, but people around me didn't even see music as a career that I should choose. You know, I had several nights whereby I would be locked outside because I went to play music, and several nights my music book would be burnt because somebody somewhere just didn't understand why a kid should be doing music and running up and down and not face his study. But today, not because I blame those people, but I know sometimes you know you want the best for your family member, but also try to listen to them. What everybody goes through is only them that can explain to you. You know, gift and talent doesn't just come by one person thriving, but of course with the support and encouragement for people around them will make them to shoot faster. And today, the rest is history. Nobody argues with the success. Right now, those people would also want their kids to learn music, and which is how it is in life, that we must encourage people around us when they have any gifting or talent in them.
Stand to the beats, man. Yeah, still sharp. Be a lot.